The deepest mystery of the origins of the games is in the rationale behind it. Why do the VIPs choose their philosophy? Why do they choose to equate money with life? In the final episode of season 1, when Olam points out the freezing man on the street below them, he says, quote, "You think that you will stop walking and help that disgusting, stinking drunk piece of trash, huh?" End quote. He's arguing that society isn't much different from him, that he isn't the only one who sees the man on the verge of death yet is refusing to help, that he isn't the only one, even in the larger context of society, who equates money with life. People who refused to help the homeless man did so because he had no money and therefore no value to society. When Oalam tells Gihun that boredom is the reason for the game's senseless act of mass murder, the scene is made complete as we realize that Oalam won't help the drunken man because he derives pleasure from watching him struggle to survive. The homeless man's life has no meaning to him, but watching him on the verge of death brings Oalam joy. In reality, the VIPs devalue both life and money. For them, neither life nor money has any ability to bring them joy, so neither of them matter. The greatest irony of the VIPs' lives is that they obtained the greatest wealth the world has to offer. They rose to the top of what they consider is a game of life and found themselves lost. All their money led them to is a vapid and meaningless existence, so great that in order to feel even a tiny amount of pleasure in life, they decided to pay to watch other people die. They weaponized their money to make themselves feel that earning it was worth it in the first place. In reality, the ultimate origins of the games reside within the VIP's need to feel alive by viewing death. When Oalam is revealed in the final scenes on the verge of death, there's no family by his side, no children or life partner, cooped up in the corner of a room, betting to see whether or not the drunken man below him will die. He even admits that he began the games to remind himself of simpler times, of times before he obtained his wealth in the first place. In this way, the rich are paying to experience the tender normalcies of everyday life. This is a powerful metaphor of the entirety of the games. At the top of the food chain is emptiness. The wealth the poor debtors were fighting to set them free instead produces a psychological prison. And so the VIPs uplift themselves with golden animal-shaped masks as symbols of their own self-importance. Using human bodies as props for their own comfort, they place themselves at the top of the food chain and avoid recognizing that the games are really just evidence of their own hopelessness. This is a clip from episode 1. You could listen to the full episode linked in the description box below. Thank you!